Afternoon, folks. Today we are going to be changing out the anode rod on my camper, and these rods are made of softer metal such as zinc or magnesium, and they prevent the corrosion of the steel water tank. The hot water tank is made of steel inside of it, and so rather than the metal's going after the steel, it goes after this anode rod. So they call this a sacrificial rod. So we're going to be changing this out. And I remember the last time I did this, I have this hex rod here. This is an 1/16", and you use a screwdriver and put it in there and for leverage. But I know the last time I did this, I ended up having to use a socket. So we're going to go ahead and try it with the actual removal tool first, but if not, we'll use the socket. Okay, so we're at the back of the camper, and your hot water tank is going to be behind a door like this with the venting and this spring latch. So that's kind of in the closed position, and then you just turn it and that'll open up and slide right out. And I've had to replace these before. They're very simple to do. But here is that anode rod down here, and you can see it's pretty rusted. It's probably been 3 or 4 years since I've replaced this, so it's definitely time. So we'll try our rod tool removal. Yep, that is what I was afraid of. That was going to be, there's just not 1/16" socket, and that should work. Oh boy, you can see that was on there really tight. And there's definitely going to be some water. I suspect there'll be some water that comes out of here. All right, so actually that really does not look too bad. You can see kind of the corrosion on it, but we're going to go ahead and replace it anyway since I've got it out. You can see that Teflon tape kind of gave way a little bit, so I think that was part of the reason why. And you can see it's kind of getting rough there. I've seen these where it's just basically one little wire inside. I do think this one could have lasted a couple more years though. So the key is we just got to thread that on there, which might be a little tricky with that water trying to come out of there. So I went backwards first. I'm just trying to get it started, and I know it's a little bit tricky. And the reason is because that rod, the weight of that rod is pushing that back there. I got it started. All right, let me get my socket. Change that back around. You can see a little bit of debris came out of there. That's not unusual. All right, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go ahead and turn the water on, and I'm gonna fire up the water heater. So we'll be back here in a few minutes. Okay, I cleaned that all up with some paper towels, and you can see nothing is leaking here. So I think we're done here today, but just a good maintenance procedure to do every couple years. Thanks for watching.